Mother, as my manager, was very clear that she was an employee. Like we had a contract, so she was very clear on that. But that had no had no influence on the fact that she was still the mama. Right? And so she became a manager by default because again, like I'm saying, I wasn't groomed for this business, right? It was just something. It was a hobby. It was something that keep me out of trouble. So once Cosby hit, it became a career, and then we had to, take things seriously. So the business approach was always the business, but because we were always focused on life after Cosby. Right, like my mother, when the show first hit, my mother would sat me down and said, "Listen, baby, it's great that this show is the phenomenon that it is, but this show could be over next year. What are you going to do when the show's over? I can type, I can always get a job, but what are you going to do when the show's over?" So, uh,
What's good?
so two things to your question. I think for a lot of kids who just kind of go wayward and go off the wrong path, it's usually because the parents are not parenting, right? So if the kid is, and a lot of times the parents are living vicariously through the kid.
Life is out here.
So if the parent has gone Hollywood, then there's no one there to give the kid direction. So my mother, who again, we lived every year of the show as if it was the last year because we just didn't know. So because she was always, you know, impressed upon me the importance of what was happening down the line and not just with this show, there wasn't really space to just be like, hey, I'm chilling because I'm on TV and this is forever. It was always like, okay, when this show is over, what do I do to stay involved in this industry? Because I knew the transition from being seen as child, star to being taken seriously as an adult would not necessarily be a smooth transition. So I was directing. I was constantly looking at how do I keep this machine moving. So there wasn't really time to be on some star shit.
Will Smith, in his biography, he said something really fascinating about the difference between being music famous and being TV famous. And one thing he said about being TV famous is that the people that watch you on TV, they start to look at you like you're really a part of their family, like you're their friends, like we really know you, right? And so because it's called The Cosby Show and the dynamic is family, people get to thinking that Bill Cosby's really your dad. Like these are really your parents. And
Yeah.
you said something very interesting to me in an interview once where you talked about I think that interviewer asked you, was Bill Cosby your hero? And you were like, no, my parents were my heroes.
Yeah.
Were your parents ever offended or did they take issue with the fact that people really thought that Bill Cosby and Felicia Rashad were racing you?
I welcome you guys back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So, Malcolm Jamal Warner's body has been released to his family, according to a representative for the Judicial Investigation Agency, that is OIG. They came out and confirmed to the press in the US that Malcolm Jamal's body actually was released. They said in a statement that the body would be collected by a funeral home contracted and authorized by the family. The OJI continued and said that Malcolm's body was to be released. That was almost 3 days ago on Wednesday, July 23rd. Malcolm died 3 days earlier on Sunday, July 20th, and his death was ruled as a result of asphyxia due to submersion. He accidentally drowned while swimming in Costa Rica, and medical examiners from there actually confirmed that his death was accidental. The Cosby Show alum actually is survived by his wife and daughter and had been vacationing in Costa Rica. The volunteer lifeguard Mike Geist told the press that Warner participated in a group surf lesson earlier on Sunday and they had a good surf lesson. Then after the surf lesson, I think they stayed on the beach for a while and then decided to get back in the water. According to this volunteer Coast Guard, he said that several other participants were in distress after they went swimming after the lesson ended, but the three of them were able to get out with some help. Another person that was on the beach with a bougie board went out to go and look for Malcolm because they learned there was a fourth person. While the other individuals were rescued, Malcolm-Jamal Warner had been found submerged underneath the water. A doctor pulled him to the surface and did exactly what he was supposed to do, that is, giving the CPR. But unfortunately, results didn't actually come out positive. So the funeral, the family is yet to announce the real dates for the funeral and memorial service. But according to the updates we are having, the body right now is with the funeral home and the family, they're in grieving mode. And of course, our thoughts are with them in this moment in time. We are still praying for them, the whole family, the fans, and everyone who knew and cherished Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Rest in power, King. And bye-bye for now.